just another Sunday afternoon. If you're listening to us right now, we're thanking y'all for joining.
And we're cracking them if we got
Crack 'em if you got 'em.
Crack 'em if you got 'em, clink 'em if you drink 'em.
Clink 'em if you drink 'em.
Clinky if you drinky.
Clinking if you drinky.
Clink that drink.
The bandwagon boys are on our period, so we're drinking some gin, cranberry.
I still don't know
bubbles.
if I like the whole mixed drink on the Sunday service. But before that, welcome to the Cowboys Can Fan Sunday service with your boy, Anth Best. I love what YouTubers say, ya boy, so I'm going to say it. Actually, last night watching the UFC, one of the guys' nicknames was ya boy, which I thought was funny. But how you guys doing?
Good.
I'm doing great. I mean, you know this is going to be a good Sunday service when Kilo C drops a dime of a super chat, $20. Thanks for our number day one.
I mean, look,
Kilo
today
C.
is the day to bring your tidings. We appreciate it. It is a Sunday service.
We're going to walk
after all.
around. We're going to walk around with the, what's the thing they walk around with at churches? The pot?
yeah.
Commissary.
Is that what it is? I don't know.
Commissary?
I don't know. We're probably
I call it the money hole.
the money pot. Throw it in the money pot. Kilo, you the man. Throwing the double dime, actually.
Okay,
Much
so
appreciate,
so
much
hey,
appreciate.
make Anth dance. That's what Kilo wants
Oh
for the
my
$20.
God. Okay. Get me going. Oh, I'm like stuck now. This is even worse. Okay, so if you're only listening, you got to head over to the YouTube at Cowboys Can Fan on YouTube because you just saw me have to dance my sweaty body because Kilo wanted it. Guys, how are you doing?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. The mixed drinks are on. We're gonna have some fun today, so I feel ready to do what we need to do to get the job done.
I feel pretty good. I mean, I woke up, worked out, met up with a buddy for some coffee, and then ran Riker through 2 hours of wide receiver camp.
He's getting ready.
And now we're talking football.
His first year of tackle football.
First year tackle football, 10 years old. It's like, hey, you might have other players that are more naturally gifted than you, but at least at this age, you can outwork the other person.
Shit, them boys are having the time of their life. I cannot wait to be
Looking tough.
I cannot wait to just be that guy on the sideline when Riker's getting torn out by a coach, and I'm just like, shit, them boys are having the time of their lives out there. When in reality, they're just like, fuck off, dude.
And Rike's like,
Who do you think you are? I am.
I love being, the thing I like about being in studio is the sound bites.
Oh, yeah.
They bring
Yeah.
everything together.
you know, I got a couple more new ones. But, you know, the place I think the soundbites shine is during the live game. That's where we have a lot of fun.
Yep, and because there's so many different ways, and it's funny when you guys sometimes have such clever ways with the sound bites. Sometimes Adam has a sound bite that makes no sense, like right now. But in the game,
so fast you can't
There it
even
is.
talk about it. Lucky person, yeah, out there somewhere is gonna win a silver cloud. What a lucky person.
point in case, point and case. The sound.
No, that didn't quite work. Yep, that didn't quite work.
I hate that one because I always think it's me
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
background.
And you're like,
I'm like, am I talking?
no, you're thinking it's I'm playing maybe I'm playing YouTube,
Something like that.
you're coming through.
So guys, not much Cowboy stuff going on. They've wrapped up mini camps. They've wrapped up OTAs. We're pretty much sitting here waiting for training camp, which we are planning to go to.
Oxnard.
Oxnard in the hizzy.
Oxnard. We have someone in the chat, Glizzy Gladiator, saying, I eat glizzies. And then,
Glizzy's a hot dog. I had a hot dog at Costco at 9:30 a.m. this morning.
and then he goes, Glizzy Gladiator says, I have a question. Do any of y'all eat glizzies, or is it just me
So,
during games?
I did this morning at 9:30 a.m. at Costco. Adam was talking about working out and having a coffee. I was crushing Costco $1.50 dogs at 9:30 or glizzies at 9:30 a.m. today.
Yeah, I will have the Costco dog. At a event, definitely I like the hot dog. They have a baseball team out here called the Vancouver Canadians. It's like
Classic Canadian, eh?
Yeah.
Just throw Canadian behind the city.
Yeah,
yeah.
and it's like
Spell Canadian with an E.
I don't know, like 2 tiers down from majors or something like that. But those boys could potentially one day be in the big leagues.
Yep.
But it's a really awesome event, and one of the reasons is because you can get a 3-foot-long hot dog
That's a dog.
and share it, and it's just fun to also be walking up while everyone looks at you nodding nod of approval and respect.
How
while
much?
you carry up? I think it's like
20
times
bucks?
a hot dog times 3, maybe $1 off.
20 bucks or something.
You can share it, and a foot long of a hot dog's too much. But number 2, the reason that I like this place is because you can go in and out without. It's one of the last bastions of that where you can go in and out of the event.
Get out,
with
crush,
just your
crush a
ticket.
couple crack'ems.
Crush a couple beers, smoke a little J,
Smoke a little marijuana.
But yeah, and then you can you want to do, and the drinks aren't too bad in there. But if you bring yourself a 6-pack, you can like go have a break at the 3rd inning and the 7th inning, and then
It works out perfect.
Really nice. Yeah.
What I will say, it's funny he's asking about what you eat at a game. The Minneapolis game, I'm pretty sure we had like chicken strips or something. Like we did not, again, we had talked prior to the game. We were like, okay, we got to get there early enough that we can eat some food, get enough beer, and get into the stadium. But not get into the stadium, none of us have eaten and we all get wasted. So by the time we got into the stadium, we hadn't eaten. We've only drank the whole day. When we got into the Minnesota-Minneapolis stadium, and I think we all got like chicken fingers or some shit.
But you know what? In that case, I'll take the dog if I can. But I mean, just a pound of fucking fried chicken.
But it wasn't. Remember, it was like 4 little like dainty pieces.
It was our biggest hurdle is not preparing ourselves properly for games. I do not make great decisions when I'm hungry. Period. And then I panic. I fucking wait an entire quarter getting a burrito to just fall on my jersey.
You did have Whataburger before the Cowboys Thanksgiving Day game. You did. You and AJ both had Whataburger.
Yeah.
But then you had you smoked some of AJ's vape, and then you decided you needed to waste a whole quarter to get food on your Dak Prescott jersey.
Yeah.
Hey, munchies.
And unlike the dude behind you who passed out for the entire game.
Fuck, I was just showing people that on Friday.
Yeah, you survived. Did you get a? Do you have
I got a video of it. Yeah, totally.
Okay,
the
awesome.
guy's like sitting behind him, falling asleep, and he's like, "What?" His buddies are like, "What the hell was in that?" It's like, man, rule 1 with anybody: don't take stuff from strangers.
Yeah. Come on now. But also, there was like me. I don't want to expose the man. He may or may not have partaked, but Kilo was there with us.
Ad was smoking it up.
Ad was smoking. So like,
I was the only non-burnout of the group.
I know, and you judged and you condescended.
I did. I judged.
I'm like AJ. If I'm smoking, it's to shut down for the night. So I made critical errors if I'm smoking. Actually, I don't even think I took a drink.
You did.
Did I?
You did. On the way back from
on the way back.
On the way back from AT&T Stadium, I was the only one awake in the Uber.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If you watch the post game of the Cowboys, was it Thanksgiving?
Giants. Yeah.
Cowboys Giants Thanksgiving game. I remember the kids were like, why were your eyes all messed up?
Yeah, but dude, we also
We're drinking since like
we built a little mini pyramid on on the wall in front of us.
Well,
there.
prior to even leaving for the game, they were having some crazy parade right outside of our Airbnb. It was pissing rain, and I was feeling a little bit hungover that day.
Oh yeah.
First thing I did was
crack them.
Let's go, baby! It's game day, son. We ain't tailgating because it's pissing rain.
That was
that was terrible.
That right there.
We made something of it.
I'll get the edit out soon.
The tailgating when it's pissing rain.
Now it doesn't matter when.
It doesn't really matter when it drops.
But a big part of it is like we didn't really have much for the tailgating.
No.
Kilo C says he honestly hit that too hard, AJ.
Hey man, me too. Every day. Hey, I was just real quick before we hop into this stuff. Maybe just make a bunch of shorts out of that stuff instead.
That we
Possibly.
could, or not even shorts, but like 3 or 4 minute clips.
Yes, yeah. Just like it doesn't need to be a full.
A 15-minute vid.
I'm gonna approach the game day stuff a lot differently than no one gives a shit about the pre stuff. It's like land, get the banger parts, and then use everything else for some
shorts,
some Patreon,
and
Patreon footage.
Hopefully, we get like because we'll be filming it anyways. We'll get something worthwhile on camera throughout the trip, and that'll make it.
I guarantee you. I mean, we have the car ride. We have all the stuff between. We have a lot of road trip stuff.
Hey, and if you were wondering about this, go to linktree.com/CowboysCanFan and
link it up.
You can go to our podcast there, and if you scroll down to whatever it was, late November 2022, we do have 2 roadcasts that are up of us driving. They're just podcasts, just audio, but it was fun.
So guys,
and Kilo C's also. Hang on a second.
Okay, I'm holding
2 things. One, Kilo C's bringing up the post game dancing that happens.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And there's a massive return in the comment section. He's been gone since probably week 16 of the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, Steve.
Holy
Steve Chili's in the chat.
Steve Chili's in the chat.
Steve Chili.
Steve Chili. He won. That's Can Fan folklore. We have talked about Steve.
We've talked about Steve.
I'm glad Steve's back. What up, Steve?
Steve
Welcome back,
Chillington
Steve.
won an award, guys.
He did.
Steve Chili, it's been a while. Go back to our end of the year awards. You did win an award for Can Fan fan, Steve Chili. Caps Locks.
Caps Lock King.
Caps Lock King. Well, I'm glad Steve's in the chat right now because this is debate. There's going to be a very debated episode. We decided today because we call this the Sahara Desert era of the NFL season, Cowboy season, whatever you want to say. So what we decided to do, I believe it was 2 weeks ago, we had done positional tiers for each group on the Cowboys team. So obviously everything on the defense, everything on the offense and special teams. And we tiered it with an S to F type tiering, which is Super Scion and A, and then a Super Scion, and then it basically goes grade alphabetical, right? Yeah. Everyone knows how the grades work. So what we're going to do today and going into next week, we're actually going to rank each starting player. We might go a little bit past the starters.
Yeah, we'll see how quickly things
go, but predominantly the starters. And today we're going to start off with the offensive starters of the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay, now I threw out a little poll, and this poll should keep running. So we'll see maybe next week what it ends up at. But I basically asked who's the best player on the team, and I put Dak on the offense. Sorry, Dak, TP20, Zach Martin, number 88 himself, CD Lamb. So on Twitter, which I couldn't fit on Zach Martin, but I left an option here because I wanted to say if someone else has an option, put it in the comments.
Yep.
Basically it was Dak leading and not a lot of votes, only 21, but still, hey, we'll take it. 88 has got 38% of the vote.
So CD Lamb,
best player on the team. And I just want to see what people are saying here.
It's got to be Martin, yeah.
Martin.
That's my thought. I believe if Martin was on that list, he wins. You got Kyle Yazzie, Tony Goat Romo chipping in with Zach Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're going to get into this.
That was engagement.
That's engagement.
Baby.
Hey, we just baited the shit out of those guys.
You got baited. Woo!
You just got baited on.
We're just out here glizzying and baiting people.
We just baited you right off. All of you just got baited off.
Off baited.
And then here is our, I could include Zach Martin under this. And of course, 54% say Zach Martin
I think
YouTube.
Martin's going to be time and time out the best player on the offense. He's so clutch.
Hanopi. But still, you can clearly see that the other two is Prescott and Lamb.
Right. I'm actually surprised.
Yeah.
I kind of thought Dak was going to get slagged out a little bit. No, I thought slagged out.
Oh, you mean less?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't.
Well, just technically he should be.
He should be. But maybe the negative, maybe I just take the negatives or notice the negative sentiment of Dak more than the positive. So it seems like more people hate him. Yeah. But I am surprised about that, honestly. And it'll be interesting when we start ranking these guys S, A, B, C, D, E, F. Does America's team quarterback
or Sabdef? Where does he make? Where does Dak rank? But we can't open.
No, you can't open with the quarterback. So how do you guys want to do this? So we're gonna, we said, we're gonna tier it up.
Okay, so do you want to I'm going to put the thing on the screen. Do you want to just explain it to all the viewers, just so that if they don't remember what was going on?
Sure. Do you want me?
Yeah, AJ, you're the Tamaguchi Lord.
So as you can see here, on the left we have Marley, and on the right we have Chrono from the late 90s.
Nerd alert.
JRPG Chrono Trigger, which was followed up by Chrono Cross, but we're not going to get into that one because it's not as exciting.
That's a whole other podcast.
That's a 7 podcast series, and it does intertwine with the Cowboys, and it's really funny. No, just kidding. S stands for, it's basically through A, B, C, D, E, F, E, and F. C is your average player. Just a player who can play the position. There's nothing special about him. There's not a terribly a lot weak about him. Then, of course, below that, you're getting into players who probably shouldn't be on the team, but maybe they have to be there for, lack of any good reason. Once you move up to B and A and S, that's just like, say, an above average player, probably like considered a top tier player, but S is like for your kind of X factor superstar, a Micah Parsons, let's say.
For example.
For an example. Whereas an A might be like, and I'm going to use defense again, like a DeMarcus Lawrence.
Well, instead, give us just so we don't tip our hand anywhere, who would be a super scion player on another team in the NFL? So we'll say an offensive player in your mind, for, let's say, the San Francisco 49ers.
Debo Samuel.
Yeah. Christian McCaffrey.
Yes.
George Kittle, possibly, or he's more of like an A guy.
There's an argument for an A because he is awesome, but is he a standout type of player in the NFL?
Right.
Like Debo Samuel, maybe even some people could argue is an A, but I just think like his skill set, unrivaled by 5 other people in the NFL.
Right.
He's just that
like
good.
like Brock Purdy clutch S,
Brock Purdy would be a good example of a C.
For me, I need to see more from him to get anything higher than that.
I would say a B. I would be happy with him as a B. Well, you know what?
You could, but
you're a C.
A guy that can't even make it through a NFC Championship game without even hurting his arm.
He's played 8 games, injured. You look at his actual stats. There's nothing exciting. He's a very good game manager.
Has an amazing team around him.
But he's not there's nothing bad about him that you would pick out except for perhaps injury. But that's why he wouldn't be a B in my opinion. He's just a good player. Now, if he came out and had another sensational first half of the year, you could see him move up because he's holding true to these things that he's doing.
And what we're also going to do as we go through our ranks, we're also going to cross-reference with PFF. I think it'd be interesting to just see where our outlook on a player lines up with PFF, because there's perfect example of a guy like Trevon Diggs where we're super high on.
Yeah, and
we snort the Trevon Diggs all night if we needed to.
Yep.
But PFF's wasn't high on him.
Let's do this then. We'll pick a position group, do all the starters for that group, and then we can after that group's done, we can hop over to PFF and just look at that ranking and then move on to the next. And that way it'll be
smoother and not so chopped
jumping,
up.
Yeah, jumping all the way back.
I like it.
Yeah, okay.
Makes sense.
And just like last time, we'll take everyone's into consideration. We'll look at chat's consideration. We'll hear our son. We'll try to make a nice.
We need to have you have to have an argument. If you're trying to push the player up or down, you need to have an actual factual argument, not just an opinion.
Well, EJ Savage is saying I would put either of them S tiers, which I don't know who we were talking about at the time, but he goes Kittle over both and Trent Williams for.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Trent Williams and S for sure. We were actually AJ and I were at the bar with brother Adrian and Nate Dogg on Friday night, and we were talking how San Francisco is one of those teams that has a superstar almost at every level on offense and defense. So I don't disagree with the Kittle or the Trent Williams
except
as
for
an S.
The QB position.
Except for QB. Yeah, that literally was the only spot.
Okay, so we'll probably rank all the starters and some second.
Yeah, like a third or fourth wide receiver.
Yes.
You're probably going to rank out like maybe a Rojo. The tight ends, we're probably going to do Hendershot, Fergie and Scooney. So.
Yep. Okay.
A schooner is a sailboat.
A schooner is just stop with the nicknames. It's embarrassing.
How do you guys want to pick our positions?
I think we start off with offensive line. I think we go tackles, guards, center.
Okay.
Or center, guards, tackle.
Well, I'll just make a decision here.
Do you got all the names written down and ready to go?
Oh, I'm just gonna do them like this.
Oh, you're doing it live. We're gonna do it live. Oh, he's going okay. He's going with the 2022 first round pick, Tyler Smith.
I think this is a good place.
That is a good, and this is I think this could range. I feel like Tyler Smith could range quite a bit. Yeah. So what are you guys thinking with Tyler Smith? I think he had a very good rookie season. He definitely exceeded expectations, but he still had penalty problems. He does have that flex, so he can play tackle or guard. So we don't really know where he's even going to be playing this season. I got to say, for his versatility, his high draft pick or grade, and the fact that he gets penalties, right now, for me, I still think he's probably a B.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
He was good, and a B to me is still a good player. Like I think a B is top 20% in the NFL is how I see a B player. In my mind, Tyler Smith is a top 20% NFL player, but I don't think he's an A or an S. Not yet, anyways. If he has another good season and he could build off of last year, yeah, he's definitely going to be able to squeak up to that A grade or tier, should I say.
Yeah. Okay. So I tend to agree. He's certainly above C. A is really what I want to give him. But I think to kind of start off with a more even like median to start gauging players, B fits right. And I also think it's a fair argument. But he's the type of guy who could be in 2024, we'd be hoping could be on that S.
Could be an S.
Borderline.
Could be an S, and he's at a very important position.
Yes.
I know we said we weren't going to PFF every guy, but he is one of those players that I would be interested in to just search the Tyler Smith PFF, just his intangibles, where he sits with how many sacks he gave up, how many penalties he gave up. I think it would just be interesting to see and then be able to see if he can build on those.
Is that just you mean just Tyler Smith?
Just Tyler Smith. So just Tyler Smith's PFF profile.
Bringing that up.
Super nice guy too, man. You watch his interviews, I would give him an S for personality. And he's a Texas boy.
Offensive grades, I guess, is what we want to look at, hey?
Yeah.
That's just his game. Damn. Do you want to see how he ranks?
I want to see like just his profile on PFF. So each player will have a profile. Yeah, right there. Perfect. So career offensive grades. So go up to that team report, AJ. Can you just click top for you? I think it'd be, yep. So are all those selected already? Yeah.
No, you select each one.
So when it's green, is that selected?
No, just we're on offensive grades.
Okay, can we have pass blocking, run blocking?
No, you can go, you look at one by one.
Okay, go offense. Yeah, just click offense.
Boom.
Boom. Okay, so go down. I just want to see.
Here we go.
I want to see penalties that he gave up. So you can kind of see it shows at the bottom here. He was ranked 73 for offensive. He was 65.5 PFF grade for pass blocking and a 75.2 run blocking. So not great to realistically, they're not great numbers. They're good for your rookie, 100% good. But if you look throughout his games, like he had a couple tough games. He had from week 3 to week 6, he had a spurt of games, and that could be the rookie lumps. But even so, I would even say week 3 to week 12. I mean,
yeah, but
nothing's sticking out. That he gave up 15 penalties, which is the 4th most by any player on the offensive line.
So, and then what we're doing is we're looking at his PFF ranks from week 1 to the San Francisco game in the playoffs. Top to bottom, and they have a color scheme that kind of helps you. Yellow is low and blue is super high, and then everything in between depends on what you're doing. So green is pretty good, whereas like the redder you get on the hue, gets worse and worse. I'm heating up. I need to be exercised by the can fan.
It's science.
So that's the scariest part about it is the 15 penalties.
Yes, that is, and those 4 are 4 that are waived, I believe, in brackets.
Oh, okay, maybe.
So it's like 15 that he got called on and 4 that he got called on, but that they
waved off.
So
when you scroll down to 19 season grades.
But just sorry, one sec here.
Yep.
What I like to see, because we're looking at it, like I said, top down 1 through the playoff game, is his grade gets better and better, and by the end of the season, he's hitting some blues at the week 15, 16
Look,
mark.
week 13 to the postseason. Yeah, he played very well. If he would have played, and that means he's just going to gain into year 2. That's kind of why I put him. You're hoping. That's why I kind of put him in at right now a B. I have him as a B because he had good games, but he's got to take care of the penalties. So this is actually they do show the color scheme. So his pass protection ended up actually being really good,
90.1.
So that's great. Actually, it kind of confuses me. It says pass, and then you have PB blocking. Anyways, I don't know.
Can you scroll down a bit more? Pass. So we can you scroll that down? Oh, that doesn't scroll down more.
He's bottomed out. Okay. He's bottomed out like my drink and my koozie.
Yeah, I can't even get a legend to oh, here we go, key.
That's
PFF grade for run blocking is R, and PFF grade for pass blocking, and then pass is snaps lined up on the field on pass plays.
so. Isn't that kind of weird? Isn't that kind of weird that pass blocking and pass can be such a wide margin?
Yeah.
I guess that just means that's how many times he was on the field for passing plays. Who the fuck knows?
Who the fuck knows? Anyways, we don't have to do this with every player.
No.
I just thought Tyler Smith was an interesting one.
And it gives a little taste of what we have at our fingertips.
So B, you never gave us a grade.
I'll agree with the B. I like the B.
You like the D.
I like the D, but more importantly for Tyler Smith, I like the B. I agree. If I was eyeballing it and I didn't look at the stats, I would have said, no way, Tyler Smith an A, because he was like, he was a rookie. He looked like he was a starter. He had numbers similar to what veterans would have. Didn't lose us any games, helped win us games. So there would be an argument to say for an A. I think the points that you brought up as we were looking through his numbers kind of allows me to say he's a B. EJ, just before he left, EJ took off. He had to go with his fam jam.
Fam jam. Sunday's a good fam jam day.
Peace, EJ.
He was saying, I would put him at Kahuna said, put him at a high B because he's solid with potential to move up.
High B for sure.
Steve Chili said S.
High B.
S to me is like you're the top
I think
5% of the position.
I think eventually we'll see him become
totally.
an S.
I think he has the tangibles to become an S player, but based on his rookie season, and B's good. B is good.
And sort of this is what EJ was saying. I think Tyler is a B with A potential this year.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. A in 2023, and then like AJ said, 2024, maybe he's in his own video game.
Yeah. We like Tyler Smith.
So now we're going with the Smith brother, Tyron Smith, which again,
I should have reversed those, but
we're going with.
I'm trying to go left to right.
That's all good. So they're pretty much right now. They're saying Tyron Smith is going to be starting at left tackle.
Yeah.
Tyler Smith more than could possibly be at left guard. So we got Tyron Smith, and he's a tricky one because he's had. So, and this is the thing I got to bring up with you guys. Are we going off of last year or his potential, or it's kind of just a mismatch of things that we're kind of ranking these guys on, right? Because you can't just go off of last year, right?
I think it's just like we are tiering it. So
Crack him if you got him,
crack him if you got him. It's awesome if you explain why you're ranking them, but I don't think we're like putting a weighted system on stats this year, because you're right. As your last year matters differently for different players, and as you get older, things change too for how you played. Like
he's definitely peaked.
Exactly. Yeah. Whereas Tyler Smith is on the up and coming.
He's peaking.
Things change, Mox. People change.
So I'm going to lead out here. Tyron Smith in his career has had S sections where he's been the best tackle in football. He's also had seasons where he gets hurt, so he doesn't play, which that drops you.
Yes.
If you were doing it season by season, a season that you're out for 8 or 9 or 10 games, you got to be getting ranked a D, right? Like you have to be. Your body has to play into it. Last year he got hurt, came back, had a decent season at right tackle. For me right now, just because his injury history and the fact that I don't think the motherfucker can make it a full 17-game season. So reliability becomes an issue. I'm gonna chalk him up as a B too. Yeah, a B22, B44.
B22, baby.
AJ, can you toss me 1-2 there, brother?
Yes, sir.
He's doing something.
I know. I feel bad because he's tearing us up. Oh, he doesn't know the weight of these.
No, it feels different.
He doesn't know the weight of these.
It feels different.
That's skinny can bullshit.
So where did you say that you're going to put him?
I'm feeling like Tyron Smith is a B for me, just because of injury history and the fact that we can't rely on him being there the whole season. If he's there the full season and can play like he's played in the past, he has the ceiling of an S.
Kahuna says low A. We've seen how important he is to the pass and run blocking game when healthy, but it'd be the health that sets him back.
That's the main thing for me. And it's such a big issue that we've had to use important draft picks in the last 5 years on the offensive line because we can't rely on him to be there. So, and it's the reliability thing. I think his ceiling is an S, but if he misses this whole season, his floor is like a D.
Yeah, our boy Mike Tagg from Cowboys Cage
What up,
showed
Mike?
Goes, what's up? Got in late and agree with a B. So agree with Tyron as a B.
B. Okay.
B. Respectful.
B. Respectful. For him, it's
Healthy.
B. Reliable. B. Reliable. And he just hasn't been that in the last
Ooh,
few
I
years.
like that you're doing this green arrow up. You're trying to find a good spot to put it. I thought where you had it to begin with was fine.
No, but it's going to overlap, so we can't use that.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so Tyler's a B on the way up.
Yeah.
I say, hear me out.
Let's hear it.
Ooh.
AJ.
Tyron Smith is an A on his way down. A because when he's playing, I think he's an S rank tackle. Even at the age that he is, but that concerns too much, and he's probably going to end up on a B level in my mind.
Well, if he gets
by the
any
end
type
of the
of big, if
season.
he gets any type of big
If
injury,
he gets injured, it's.
you're fucking kaput. You're kaput.
But I'm not against him sitting there at B, and it's just a solid B.
I think A is a high B, low A is a fine spot for him.
Why can't we have that person that's sitting in between?
No,
Fuck no.
No.
You're an A or you're a B.
Okay.
because otherwise now we're just now there's no skin in the game.
I was agreeing with Anth, but I kind of agree with AJ when
I know Alex kind of he won me over a little bit with the words.
I want a red arrow down.
yeah,
I
he
want a
gets
red-
a red arrow down is my.
Okay, I'll settle with that.
Let's see how
AJ
it
won us
looks.
over. AJ won us over. Is he live canving it?
Yeah, but the way
man,
that
once
Once I get this,
work.
once I get,
but
the-
we
these two,
haven't
it'll
set,
be
so
fine.
you ruin the optical illusion.
Oh, it's like they're not seeing it.
They don't
right
see.
now.
They just see this arrow moving around.
When I say they, I mean the best goddamn chat on the Sunday service. Tyron Smith, arguably an S, like I said, at times of his career, but right now,
How do you like that?
I like it. He's a down tier, and
I mean, I was going to say I wanted to see last names, but even if you went for these two, you can't just go
have
last
to-
names. You can't go T. Smith,
it'd have to be Tyre and Tull.
Yeah,
Tyre, and Tull.
can't go tie. Yeah,
Yeah,
The Smith Bros, baby.
I just call him old.
This is
old and young.
this is gonna be a sloppy screen. I can't wait.
Okay, that's gonna be a good screen. What the? Don't you ever challenge me?
No, I'm just saying. Once we start adding everybody's name in, it's just gonna be it's gonna
Crack them if you got.
crack that skinny can if you got that.
It's gonna
skinny
be- it's gonna be good.
good.
It's gonna be good. Okay, Tyler Biadasz.
Center.
Center, I think it's perfect. He's a C.
I see.
He's an average.
Average, just run of your mill. Would we have been mad if we drafted a center that competed and took over for him? No, we would have encouraged it. Can we rely on him? Not too much, but he's still good enough. Like he's just that guy that shows up on the offensive line that does his job, but he's not great at it and he's not bad at it.
Don't even ask anybody about Zach Martin. Just put him where you know he needs to go.
Zach Martin, S. We don't even need to talk about it. But we were looking
we
at.
can.
We can. We don't even. He's pretty much the Cowboys' best player. There's an argument between. I'm still putting him above Micah as the Cowboys' best player because he's done it for so long. He's proven that he can do it in the NFL for X amount of years. So Zach Martin, he's just so he's so reliable. He gave up last year 0 sacks and he only had 1 penalty against him. That's
Yeah.
amazing. That's
Just start calling
crazy.
him F. Hoff Zach Martin, future Hall of Famer Zach Martin. F. Hoff.
Or spell Zach with an S, Sack Martin.
Zach Martin.
Oh,
No, that wouldn't work either,
wouldn't
though.
be good.
No Sack Martin.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be good either.
You don't like that one?
No, doesn't allow sacks, Martin. I don't know. This is tumbling down bad.
Guess what? Just call him F. Hoff.
F Hoff. What's F? Oh, okay. Future Hall of Famer. I like that. I do like that. Zach Martin,
F. Hoff.
best player on the offense.
Is he Swedish? Why do you F. Hoff Martin?
I'm for Hoff Martin.
I'm F. Hoff Martin.
Do you want
Sounds-
some? Do you want some chocolate?
Do you want some chocolate after I make you poop your pants? Well, when did Zach Martin become?
Why does Zach
German?
Martin have like a German? Like they're saying he's
For half Martin.
Swedish, but he has a German accent.
I think the next guy up here
It's tricky.
It's tricky. It's going to be a fun debate. We might have to throw to chat to get some insight.
Yeah, this Terrence Steele's a tricky one.
Yeah.
The reason he's tricky is he's had one good season, I'd say, which was last year, and he ended up leaving the game with a serious injury. So, one, you don't want your right tackle or future possibly left tackle getting these injuries late in the season, and he hasn't built up the resume like some of the other guys.
Yeah.
That makes him tough to judge. If you're just going off of just last year, yeah, I'd say he had an A season. Last year he had an A season, but the injury and the injury scare where now he's gone and we're scrambling, and we got lucky that we picked up Jason Peters. Otherwise, we're kind of hooped, right? So I don't know if you can necessarily put an injury. You can't put an injury against him, but you almost have to. So I don't know. To me, had an A season, got hurt, hadn't had very many good seasons prior to last year.
Yeah.
He's floating in B territory for me.
Yeah, and he should feel lucky to be there.
And I'm happy that he's a B tier player. He had an A season. He was playing unreal last year. He was pass blocking. He was a beast out when they were running the ball. There was an extreme drop off of production after he was off the field when in the running game. I hope he's healthy. I hope he's healthy soon, and I hope he gets to the point that he was at prior to his injury.
Yep, that's the whole thing. Is it doesn't matter if you are the best player on your team. If you are only playing half the games, that's
irrelevant.
That's a problem, man.
Sean Lee could have been a Hall of Famer linebacker, but he missed so much time. So he isn't, and that's, you don't want that. You don't want to see a guy getting injured. Crack me if you got him, son.
Well, there's our starting lineup ranked. So what do you think?
I like it. And I'm pretty sure, what did we rank is it possible to get our positional group ranking up?
Yes, I can
At some point. I don't want to overload you.
No.
I know you got a bunch of other shit going on. It would just be interesting because right now, if you look at the guys we have, our rank should be a B. Like if we're looking at our starting guys here, our offensive line should have been ranked a B.
Okay, let me just
and because the depth doesn't get much better either, right?
let me you may or may not be surprised.
I think we gave them an A. I can't remember.
Well, while AJ's looking at Kahuna says, I'd say B just because if you need a backup and he's the guy, you're very comfortable and you'd feel good starting as well.
Yep. Agreed. Kahuna's definitely making sense with that. Yeah, O-line. We ranked him a B.
Boom.
So without even us hyper analyzing each player, which we've just done, we still made the right decision.
I don't want us to focus too much on that.
I think it's just funny to cross reference it after we do something.
Okay. So now what we're going to do here is just look at the I'm going to see if the easiest way for me to fucking do this, but
and sleeving.
Blocking, I guess, is what we got to look at. Positions. And once Ants gets back, we're going to... I can just pull it up now for all of us here. So this is, again, that PFF chart that we were looking at specifically for Tyler Smith earlier on. And if you're just listening to the podcast, what you need to do is head over to youtube.com/@CowboysCanFan or just search Cowboys Can Fan Podcast. We will show up.
Zagama.
But you want to do that every Wednesday and Sunday, which is today's episode, the Sunday service. And Wednesday is the main event. And we live stream on both those days. So come join us, hang out. Crack some cold ones. But anyways, back to...
touching my neck, bro.
Back to the actual visual part of it. That
Can you zoom it in,
on.
though? This is just, it looks like it's very number heavy here. So when you're...
But
like
dude,
the
I mean,
Matrix.
this is all the numbers. What do you want me to zoom in on?
Whenever you start talking about something, just zoom in.
Just highlight. Just highlight.
Highlighter.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, on your phone?
Yeah, on my phone.
Move your phone. You put it back in the puddle. You put it back in the puddle.
Well, here's the fun fact. It's an iPhone. It's what?
Shit, there's a fire it dumped on the electrical.
And it's just like 5% body and some soda water.
Hey, if this is your first time in here, like and subscribe, baby. We haven't said that for a while. Give us a like. It brings more Cowboys fans into this crazy community we're trying to build.
So here is a list of a list of all the offensive linemen
Okay.
in the NFL.
Okay. Oh, I like it. Laramie Tunsil. Hey, interesting. Laramie
And I
Tunsil.
guess this will be the easiest way to find where we are.
Interesting. Dallas, Zach Martin. So Zach Martin all the way down at 29. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I disagree.
Yeah.
And this is one of those things we were talking about where PFF might have a little bit of a hard-on for the Cowboys. I don't know.
Not in a good way either.
No, a bad hard-on.
So he's the top at 29.
Like an innie.
Like an innie, reverse hard-on. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. And
Sean fucking McKeon. Oh, this is for blocking. So
so this is just for blocking. Okay. All right.
Can you get? Oh yeah, you have blocking grades. So what's the overall? Is there like an overall grade there, AJ?
PFF is right into all of it, aren't they?
I mean,
The trick is you just you have to take off you had tight end, receiver, everyone else on there.
Hi, I'm Don from PFF. This is why everybody has issues with our ranking system because they don't take into account that we take into account everything.
They really do.
there's just
We know
they
how
honestly
often people
do.
take bathroom breaks. We know how often people are calling for water, how often people are blocking, how often people are letting blocks through. So we absolutely take into account everything. We're not passive couch eyeball players.
Eyeball players, eyeball rankers.
All by eyeball rankers.
So now I can't even.
Or
I can't even-
podcasters.
He's got to be like top up there now.
This is crumbling in front of us right now.
Oh yeah, we're doing it live.
okay.
I don't know why Connor McGovern is on the Cowboys. Oh, I guess last year.
Yeah, last year it's 2022. They got that 2022 rank going.
So that's it. Like Connor McGovern and
There's Tyron
There's-
Smith 168, Tyler Smith.
Tyler Smith at 157, and then we got the cluster of them between.
Interesting. So PFF definitely has the Cowboys
Hey, but
offensive lineman down there.
Look at the strength is in that kind of B range.
Yep. Yeah, I'd say definitely. So you're saying we nailed it?
We nailed it. Okay,
Nailed it.
moving on. What position shall we do?
I think we got to roll. I think we got to go tight end.
Love it.
I'd say we stay all offense right now.
Well, we are. That's all we're doing.
That's
Oh,
all
we're
we're
only doing offense today?
Yeah. Welcome to the
you-
fucking episode.
I mean, you didn't even read the title of the episode that clearly states.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Or
I-
when we talked about it 3 times.
I know, but I was doing stuff.
Oh, okay.
It's also in the chat.
I just thought we were starting with offense.
No, we're
Oh,
offense this week. Offense this week. Defensive players next Sunday.
Okay, bro.
That's how we're doing it. So we got possibly the starter, Jake Ferguson. Fergalicious.
And I am not too sure that he is. Okay.
Oh, Alex has been on that schooner is a sailboat tree.
Funny thing is,
What number is Scooney going to be on the team?
He's 86.
86?
Yeah, he took Schultz's number.
fucking he moved in to and said, "I'm your new stepdad."
Oh,
Sat down, feet up. Hey, kid, grab me a beer.
yeah.
was that the all?
That's all the rest of the Clone Zone's playing and
Yeah.
playing in the living room, and Scoon comes in with his boots on.
Mud on the carpet.
Can you go to the Cowboys IG and show the pictures from the OTAs? I think then it's all 4 of them Clone Zone-ish walking towards the camera. It's almost like it's not a real photo.
It's like AI. You're like creating.
Sorry, it is a real photo, but it just looks as though like someone. It's like
Why did fucking auto?
an auto got you to the cheerleaders.
Yeah, like that's
Someone's baiting.
Yeah, what do you do?
No, that's just out of all the highest suggested searches.
AJ has like the next 10 years of Cowboys cheerleaders calendars pre-ordered.
Yeah, well,
what the fuck?
When I'm looking to do like any type of like actual SEO searching and stuff like that, it always tells me to key in the word cheerleaders and all their dances because it's a high gap.
It's a high ranking.
Yeah, well, it's a high ranking, but it's also a gap that not a lot of other people are.
Imagine the people that search cheerleaders and then are brought up with us. Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, and they're brought to 3 Canadians sitting in a basement drinking and talking about the Cowboys. That would be funny.
And then go next.
So Jake Ferguson, the thing with Jake Ferguson.
Oh, damn. Okay, so he's not there. But,
Fergalicious isn't even in it?
but just bring
Yeah, he is.
Fergie's there.
Yeah, 86.
All of them are.
They're all
okay,
there.
I can't see.
Hendershot. What are you on glue?
Yeah,
How thick of drinks are you making? Are you doing trips? Or are you doing quads? Are you doing
you
trips or are you
more-
doing quads?
Are you more vape than me?
No.
Hey, vape secondary vape smoke is a real thing, and we have proof.
No, because he was going back and forth, and I saw it kept on saying 89, and 89.
Okay, enough
anyways,
with the
doesn't matter.
excuses, dude.
Yeah, you were wrong.
Listen,
I'm gonna say
There's 4
Fergalicious.
tight ends. There's 4 guys walking together.
All
Who do you
4 that
think the other guy is?
this is this picture I was talking about, though. This is how I thought it was just so funny that they're walking. It doesn't look like it's
No,
like,
the
hey,
picture, yes, I agree.
as a picture, come walk towards me and just act like you guys are having a good time. And
Yeah,
they
laugh,
look like they're
laugh,
fake laughing.
We need a promo picture for NFL tight ends. So we got these models to come in.
McKeon, Hendershot, and Fergalicious legit look like they could all be brothers or clones. They actually do.
So now we have to have it's like Schoonmaker and the Clone Zone.
Scoony Booty. Look, he's got the ski boot on there too.
It's Scoony Boots and the Clone Zone.
I don't know. Give him time. Maybe he shaves his head.
Interesting.
No, but he just does not look like a clone. To
No.
them.
So back to the tiering, guys.
The non,
Jake,
the non. What do they say? The person with one eye is the king of the blind. The person with the non-clone zones, the king of the clone zones.
Fergie.
Yeah, whatever.
Sure. Fergalicious, Jake Ferguson. What are we going with, guys? I can't put him higher than a C. I just can't do it. There's not enough tape on him. Yeah, in a perfect world, he's going to be the next Jason Witten, right? Another 4th round pick.
Yep.
Ends up smashing records, but I just don't think they're completely sold with their tight end group. Otherwise, they wouldn't have drafted Schoonmaker in the 2nd. So Jake Ferguson, to me right now, is a C, which isn't bad. He's I would say a C with a green arrow in my mind.
Yep. I think that's fair.
Toss in the green arrow.
You're not going to get an argument from me.
C it be.
Just fucking. Okay, next up for the tight end group. And
So are we going to do Hendershot also, or are we just going to do Ferguson and
Yeah, we got to do them all.
Schoonmaker?
We'll do them all.
Peyton Hendershot is the next guy we are going to tier out. And for more than less, I, again, think he's a C. There's just not enough on him. He has the possibility to improve, but based on last year and based on his production, he is a C rank for me.
That's what they used to call him in high school.
Henderhot.
Yeah, he's another C rank. And I mean, here's the thing. Can we rank a rookie? I don't think we can.
It's tough. I think we have to,
Well,
though.
you have to.
I think we have to.
okay.
So like based on what you've seen, tape you've seen on him in college, and then what they've drafted him.
I'm going C.
You know what? Mine is going to be about what I expect him to be.
Alex is dropping him as a B.
AJ loves Scooney.
I
Yeah.
do. Oh, fuck, not Jake.
Luke?
It's all
Luke.
names.
Scoon, I am your father. I don't know. I
Things are-
sounded like Arnold there.
Things are starting to cultivate. Things are starting to grow. Things are getting real colorful.
Look at that roll.
Just like the Silver Cloud Rolls Royce.
That's where
I'm
I
very
drop
serious.
him.
For the line.
Wait a minute.
Scooney, you're going B.
That's where this is. Okay, so this is how I'm going to rank any rookie at a position. This is what I think they're going to show up and perform. I just think Schoonmaker is going to outperform Jake and Peyton, and if they're C's,
Yep.
then it's fair to put him in a B
And
because I think that way.
Your argument or your explanation makes sense. Jake Ferguson was a 4th round draft pick. Peyton Henderhot was undrafted. Lukey boy,
Yeah.
the defeater of the dark side, was taken in the 2nd round of this season. So the Cowboys
High expectations.
Yeah, the Cowboys have high expectations, and at minimum are expecting him to be a B. So I don't hate the B. I
agree with. I was gonna say based on the draft and his tape, he has to be a B.
Just has to be.
Doesn't mean he's going to be a B. He's gonna maybe possibly be an A. And
We got a new symbol.
Alex's stock chart going up there is going to the moon.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. No,
Instead of Schoonmaker, is he going to be Moonmaker?
Ooh. Ooh, because he's making
Schooner is a
he's
sailboat.
making moon pies on all their defenses' faces. Here's a moon pie for ya.
They're like, that doesn't even make sense. You make boats.
We really like Schoonmaker, but he's a fucking
He's a fucking weirdo.
His moon pies is just
This
insane.
moon pie thing is getting out of control.
Watching him shit in his hand in the shower is really creeping me out.
Yeah. I mean, no one wants to walk around corners anymore without putting like some sort of mirror to see if Scooney's on the other side with a mud pie.
With a scoon pie.
Scoon mud pie maker.
So that's tight ends. We're going to just leave it at those three guys.
Yep.
A blue.
I don't think we need to look at the
No.
ranks for them because
No.
there's, we
I'm
know
fine
where
with
they
that.
are.
I got a question. This is the next one. Do we go running back or do we do wide receivers?
Hey, before we do that answer,
Yep. Look at this.
Tight ends.
We're sitting with our right now.
tight ends ranked C.
Our ranking and our player rankings are sitting pretty much right par on par with each other. So I like that. I do like it.
Okay, sorry. Running back.
Do we want to rank the running backs, tier the running backs, or do we want to tier the wide receivers?
Well, if we're gonna do running backs, it would be for me obviously TP20. Then let's pick two other guys that we're gonna do.
Malik Davis,
Okay.
and then just the guy that has the most tape on him, we got to do Ronald Jones.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's do running back then. We just fucking said it.
So let's lead out with Ronald Jones.
Yeah.
A newcomer to the Cowboys, a two-time Super Bowl winning player, albeit he didn't really do much on the Kansas City Chiefs last year. He only had a handful of carries. We checked out his size last week. He is sitting at he's like 5'10", 225 pounds. So he's definitely got the body type to get in there and be a bruiser. But I have a hard time with his production as of late and just the fact that he can't stay on a team. I can't put him higher than a C.
C.
So, well, look, that's like perfect, man. I had one of these moments.
All right.
No, yeah, like that's what you're expecting him to be. Is just a guy who's going to come in and not fucking fumble a ball, lose a game.
There's an argument he's not even on the team by the start of the year.
It could be, man. It
So
could be.
I can't give a guy that might not even make the squad. I mean, he could even be possibly a D. I just feel bad doing that to a guy who's coming off a Super Bowl win.
Yeah, and listen, is it just me or have those wins of like a Deuce Vaughn being on the team really quieted down?
You said his name. You said Deuce Vaughn.
Deuces loose.
But maybe that like to me bring like because I was like okay well if he does come in and make a lot of noise that's gonna like definitely make someone else expendable. Now I think Jones has a good chance of making the team. That's the position he's gonna play and we just need him to be average. 3.5 yards when he's on the field would be
a C.
It's not great, but that's gonna get you the yards you need when he's on the field.
Just be a C.
Yeah, I mean, I like to think he's more of a B to a B, but
He can't stay on a team. There's a reason.
Can't stay on a team.
When he was on a good team with no running backs, he didn't get any carries.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. Like I said, what I want him to be and what he is, two different things.
Yeah, like last year he was outplayed by a 7th round running back. So it's just going to be tough for him. There's obviously reasons teams like the Chiefs and the Bucks have moved on from him.
Yeah.
Maybe find some life in the Cowboys, possibly run heavy offense.
That is if they get that is if they get rid of him and they bring in Dalvin Cook.
Possibly. There's some words. There's
all
some
those
talks.
roomies that are coming around about Dalvin Cook, which I don't think is going to happen, but
Cook would be an A for me. by the
okay.
way.
So talk about Crash Davis. I was just watching Bull Durham. We were talking to him earlier. I didn't want to cut you off as you were talking about baseball. I've been on a real baseball movie kick.
Ooh, those are the best sports movies. Baseball movies.
So
because the season's so long, they have so much story they can do.
but I'm kind of on like a little like summer league kind of catch where I watched
Summer's Catch
with Freddie Prinze Jr. And then I was just watching Bull Durham last night and my boy Kevin Costner plays Crash Davis.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's his name.
funny.
So I'm gonna shall Malik be be a more prominent role, I got a nice soundbite that'll come in for Crash Davis. For this
Nice.
season.
I like it.
Well, I do think.
But yes, I do like baseball movies. But I really like the summerish baseball movies, the ones that feel like, oh, this is summer in baseball, and then you can kind of get into that vibe.
So have you seen that kind of a non-direct sequel to Dazed and Confused by Richard Linklater? Everybody wants some.
Yeah, everybody wants some.
Very, very good movie.
Yeah,
I'll have
you
to
know
check
what?
it out.
It's about
That's
a summer baseball league.
set in the 80s.
Yeah.
I'm
Nice.
gonna watch that one
awesome.
next. Yeah.
You have to if you're on a summer baseball
Yeah.
kick.
Yeah.
And you also have to, you have to watch
Sandlot.
Sandlot.
Yeah, I watch.
You got to watch Sandlot.
Bitch, please! I watched Sandlot 2 or 3 times this summer with the kids.
Okay, so Davis, though.
I was like sort of blinking. Bitch, please! I can't believe you said that to me. Crash Davis. Okay.
Crash Davis, I do think you're going to be able to use that sound bite because I think he's for sure.
He's a B.
He's got to be a B. Ooh.
He's a B for me. He's a B for me. Anytime he's came in the offense, he has provided. He has produced. He's gotten yards. He's gotten touchdowns. They have to give him more carries. To me, he is better and has a better chance of being on the football team than Ronald Jones. He's got to be a B for me.
I really think that a B is a little too high, but I don't want to argue because I want to hear where Adam thinks.
No, I think the potential for Crash Davis. He didn't do anything that would have warranted him as a C player, except he didn't get as many reps.
Which, can you count that against him?
No.
He was behind a guy that's going to get his touches in Ezekiel Elliott, a superstar player in Tony Pollard. But every time he got his opportunity, why do you think they're okay with going on from Zeke? Because they think they might have a player in Davis.
Do you buy into any of that hoopla about him saying that he's not going to work hard?
No, I don't think. I think that's been debunked. It's been myth busted.
And I'm fine with him being a B, but he's getting the
Trending.
He's getting the trending.
Okay.
If Scooney can be a B, Malik Davis in my mind can be a B.
Oh, just wait till we throw up Deuces Loose because I'm going to tell you.
I don't know if we are.
How can we not?
Because he's not going to make the team.
I don't know if we're, I
He
mean,
will
we
make the
could,
team.
we
He
could,
will make the
he
team.
will make the team. Deuce Vaughn 100% will be on the team.
And if we're using the Luke Schoonmaker ranking, then Deuce Vaughn has to be an A
How?
based on his previous.
He was drafted in the 6th round.
But on
we're
his,
saying
on his stats
does no.
and this current Tate, you have to.
Yeah, but Schoonmaker is a B because he was taken in the 2nd round.
Okay.
Deuce Vaughn was taken in the 6th. So if we're going by that, he would actually be an E.
I mean, you're not wrong.
And I just we're okay. So are we gonna not do TP20 then? We can.
Oh, we have to do
You
TP20.
have to do TP20.
Yeah. So but are we gonna have 4 running backs on the team?
Yeah,
We will.
I think so.
Okay.
I think there'll be 4.
So we're doing for this position only. We're doing 4 deep. We're doing all 4. Whereas
Okay.
other positions, I'm. That's what I'm saying. I want to do 3.
We gotta get Deuce, the most talked about 6th round draft pick ever. We gotta get Deuce.
Okay. Yeah.
We got
it.
to.
Good point. Good point. Okay.
And what about Hunter Lepke? He's
not
a fullback.
Yeah, he's not a running back.
He's just some guy.
Tony Pollard. What are you guys feeling like?
I mean,
He's-
he
he's-
has to be an A.
He's for sure an A.
He's an A.
Has to be an A.
He's a very, very solid A. With if he has a season like he had last year and builds on that a little bit, he's possibly one of the top 5 running backs in the NFL.
When we talked about the position ranking from we called him an S in our position ranking.
We did, but I thought more about that. I don't think he's at that tier yet. A is very fair. He's a top guy in the NFL. He's one of the top, probably I'd say 10% of running backs in the NFL, but he still hasn't done it over enough seasons. He's been kind of second fiddle up till last year. We need to see him elevate his game and really take. Even last year, he didn't have that lead back role, right? He shared carries pretty much with Zeke. So I need to see him bite into that role and just dominate.
I think A is fair because if you can and you will be able to go through right now and name me 7 better running backs than Tony Pollard, he can't really be an S.
Agreed.
You know,
Even if you could name, I agree. That's a
I
good
mean,
way to
7
look at
would
it.
just push him well out of the
Yeah.
top 5.
But-
That like,
So who are we?
But-
This is an interesting. Who is better than him?
But you got to look at all the teams. You could
Adrian
have- you-
Peterson.
You could technically, and I'm not saying it's possible. I'm sorry, it is possible. I'm not saying it is fact. You could have an S running back on every single team, or at least half of the teams.
No,
no,
I think
because
you could.
no,
I'd
because
say there's 5 S running backs.
If you
in the
have an-
NFL.
I'm not saying that there is right now, but I'm saying there is a possibility that there's enough.
no,
there's-
because then the average gets pushed up.
how many teams make the? Oh yeah, I guess. I mean,
Right?
you're
Like,
not
you can't-
wrong.
You, if,
I'm also
if
not
there's
wrong.
No, you're wrong. You can't have 16 S running backs.
because the average gets put.
So
pushed
think
up
about
and
it. Think about it in Madden, like Madden rankings. How many 90 overall and up running backs are there? Not
Yeah,
that many.
Not a lot.
Maybe there's a lot of 89 and 90.
Sorry, you could have a lot of
88,
A running backs.
You can have a lot
Oh,
of
yeah,
A and you can
lots
have
of
a
A.
shit ton of B.
Yeah.
But I'd say S running backs: Derrick Henry, Christian
CMC.
McCaffrey. That's
Dalvin Cook when he's actually playing.
No, I
His
don't.
injuries put him down at
I
an
still
A?
think he's an A. To me, Derrick Henry and Christian McCaffrey are probably right now in the NFL. Saquon, if he could live up to his potential, maybe, but I still think he's an A.
Oh, the dude from Indianapolis.
Oh yeah, but again,
Jonathan Taylor,
he
yeah.
had a great 1 year.
No, I would still give Jonathan. Yeah, but running backs are like
I still need him
3 or 4
I would
year
even
thing.
say I'd say an
Careful
A.
though.
and Jacobs. Jacobs 100% is an S. Out of
To you,
Raiders.
definitely not to me. Those guys are those guys are A's. He's never led the league in rushing. He's never led the league in touchdowns at running back. To be an S, you have to be that guy.
Out of those 4 players, any other team who didn't have those 4 players would trade for those guys or sign those guys over their starting running backs 100%.
What's Jacobs' contract right now?
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. So contract wise, you got to look at how people
no,
pay
but that's
players.
not. We're talking just about their skill.
So Christian McCaffrey and Derrick Henry are super high paid players, and the other guys aren't. They're at the tier of payment of like A players. Just according to their contract. If you put the contracts in a tier for S
I know,
being
but-
insane, A being
skill alone, we're not really talking about contracts on this ranking. It's not playing into. What
but
we're
usually
ranking
if you have a super skillful
saying.
player that's like an S, he will have the highest
I'm
contract
just
as that
making
player.
the argument for why they're S. Why those guys are S's.
Could we look at just to
If you
maybe-
take contracts in, then you're gonna. It's just a fucking another element.
What's Jacob's Madden rating?
I don't know.
Can we check? Can we just check out halfback rating for 2023?
Jacobs is awesome. He's a very, very good player. To me, I don't even think Saquon Barkley is an S player, and Saquon's a better talent than Josh Jacobs.
Let me see what his rating is.
Right now we're looking.
We're all going here.
Right now we're looking
Doing
at
it. We're juicing it. Juice it up.
We're just trying to find this out. I mean, I think that if you could be an S player, not have the same type of stats, but if you're carrying the team and you're doing things with a team, stats might not necessarily reflect your. So he's ranked as a 90, right? Oh no, that's his speed.
It's a 95 overall. Like,
Yeah,
Jacobs is an insane player. I won't hear anything of it.
If Madden's rating
I would love him to be on the boys.
Me too.
yeah. If he's rated 95, he was rated 95.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't trust that.
I
Madden
mean,
rating, but yeah, he's a 95.
but we're trying to find a common ground to like go. He said no, you said yes. Madden says 95. That to me is an S player.
I don't give a fuck about Madden. That's a worst football franchise.
Then
and
what
there's only one.
what does PFF say then?
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Bringing it back
Okay.
to PFF. Okay,
Okay.
I like it.
I mean,
Like here I'm helping Alex.
He's-
Oh, fuck you! I don't
No,
give a shit.
no.
I was like, oh yeah, he's an S player
Because I'd rather
I
say-
think
what
he's-
are you-
I think Jacobs is. I think Jacobs
So
is. A
I'd
solid
rather
running back.
hear you than what fucking Madden says.
Well, I was just trying to go to stats because that's what everyone likes to pull back to is stats.
True, but Madden is not. Madden's a fucking video game and a terrible one at that.
It is. As a lot of people say, look at him.
He's the number
top.
one ranked fucking running back in the league,
Well,
and he's not an S tier. I mean, but hey,
So you're
this is PFF, so But look, they got Jordan Mason.
Maybe I didn't know he's as good as he is. I'll backpedal a bit. I'll give him an A.
But here's
Look
the
at
other
Derrick.
thing.
Derrick Henry's at number 10.
They've got Aaron Jones in number 3 with Nick Chubb and.
I mean, hey, you're right. I mean, Aaron Jones is another one that I would say would be up there for that S club.
So out of 32 teams, and we'll say each team has one starting running back. So this is, I mean, Latavius Murray's 11th on this. Marlon Mack's 9th, right? So I guess you look at Josh Jacobs. He had 339 attempts and 1,600 yards. Yeah, okay. Maybe I'm backpedaling.
Yeah. But look.
Yeah, you fucking.
It wouldn't matter, Ant.
No, it's good. He is an S.
Even if we included, it's still only 3 S ranks.
Yeah.
No, because
we're making a very good argument about why it's hard
to be an
for
S.
us to consider you.
So
an
is
S.
TP20 an S?
He's ranked 6th on this, which is pretty insane.
Which then I would put him up. I would put him up for an S.
But you're looking. This is purely rushing. This isn't blocking. Like there's more to being. I need Tony Pollard, and actually I'll say this for Josh Jacobs to be S's. They still need to do it again.
Sure.
Josh Jacobs has been a very good player. He's been an A player. Last year, he definitely, looking at his stats, had an S season.
Yeah.
12 touchdowns, 1,600 yards, fucking amazing yards per average. Yeah, the guy played unreal.
I'm the guy who does his job.
So,
can you toss me one, AJ?
Fuck yeah.
But what do you guys think about TP20?
S.
Okay, get in the way.
AJ just threw that right at my face. That was a face shot. He was facialing me.
No, it's the weight of the can.
Fire that fucking pigskin.
I'll get it on the next one.
So are we doing deuces loose?
I put TP20 at A with an arrow up.
I like
S.
it. I think that's fair.
You know, because if he does come out the gate scorching, and everyone and us here in CanFan Nation can kind of settle down, like, you know, okay, good, he's back. I mean, I feel way more confident about pushing him up.
If TP20 goes 1,450 yards and 10 touchdowns, S.
Absolutely.
All fucking day.
Okay.
But look at his stats last year. Sharing
He had 1,100 yards, a bunch of TDs, had 300 plus yards
and his
receiving.
reception yards. So like
300 plus yards receiving.
This is just his rushing.
He's number 6. So what's his
5.2?
What's the other one that you could bring up there for TP20? I do think that yes, we all agree he's an A, but I don't know, man. I feel like TP20 is in that S class.
S Club.
That's what I was gonna say.
Ain't no party like an S Club.
I'm gonna get. Ain't no party like an S Club.
What a rush!
Looking tough.
Zagama Beach. Huh?
Now,
Oh, you should have went with it. Well, we got a little
Sometimes it doesn't kick in. That's the problem.
Crack me if you got him.
Okay, are we moving on from rushing?
Deuce Vaughn. No, you're the one that wanted Deuce.
You wanted Deuces on the loose, and now you want to move on without letting him loose?
Let's just make it quick and put him as a D.
Yeah.
6th round. People are going to hate that. Right now, to me, he's a 6th round running back. I haven't seen him play a lick of NFL football. He might be a scat back, 3rd down type receiver. Running back. I can't put it more than that.
I think that if we're using the draft ranking and his college tape, which is what we did for Schoonmaker, your guys is
we didn't. Schoonmaker actually would have been lower if we used his college tape.
we were talking about his college tape.
Schoonmaker has a chance to be the number 1 tight end. Deuce Vaughn has possibly a chance of being the 3rd running back.
Hey, here's the thing. Just tell us why you not saying it, but we're just saying
AJ's pissed at Adam. I got AJ all ramped up on Josh Jacobs.
Fucking Josh Jacobs. I was defending with him, and he fucking still
Get him, Alex.
You
Get
were
him,
trying
Alex.
to entangle me in with a Madden rating, and I won't accept that.
No, I was just
poison.
saying.
I do like that we went to PFF.
I do like that we went to PFF. That was the right call.
That was the right call.
And that kind of got
Look,
us.
they drafted him number 6, so he didn't go undrafted, okay? He didn't go undrafted, plus he had great college stats. Regardless if we want to take college stats into account, you have to, because that's the only...
We all each have our own...
That's the only thing that we have. So
Is he going to be a starter?
Convince us.
He was
just convince us.
He was drafted as a running back.
Is he going to be a starter?
He was drafted as a running back.
Yeah.
He's currently on the team.
Yeah.
We haven't seen him play any NFL games.
Okay.
Neither was Schoonmaker. He's not a D. He's a C. He would be a C for me.
Okay.
AJ, what do you got?
I don't even think he's going to make the team.
So we got to go
wouldn't
D.
rank- I
So we
wouldn't
got you
rank
at
him.
we got you at C, and Alex thinks unranked because he's not making the team. So I think D's of D for Deuce. I think that's okay, and we are going to revisit this maybe multiple times throughout the season.
And I will put down I'll eat Crow.
I'll eat Crow too, happily.
I said but at the start he should be an A, and then you guys fucking went
Deuce?
off.
Oh yeah, you
Deuce.
did. Why? He's not even gonna make the team. I would like after this keep this PDF or GIF or whatever the fuck it is.
Oh, it's
image.
It's all stats.
And just have at the top, like in the above Cowboys Can Fan after, we could have pre-training camp, right? Because then we could visit it week 1, or we could visit it like week 4.
Visit it while we're at training camp.
That's what I mean. You know what I mean though. Like we can
We're gonna have
revisit this
this-
and shuffle. We can shuffle. This can be an ongoing shuffle.
Yeah. These are all saved, so we'll be able to reopen them up and move
And
things
shuffle,
around.
okay.
And then we can look, since we're getting into using the elements that are available on Canva.com.
Canva.com, not a sponsor,
Not
but
a
you
sponsor.
should be.
But we can start adding like where if they have moved up or moved down.
Yep. Up spots.
From our original ranking and stuff like
I
that.
like it.
Keep a little bit more track, and then I'll also keep each board. So when we make a new iteration, it'll save them each individually. It's gonna be fun, guys.
It'll be fun to put them all together at the end of the year.
Yeah.
If
See what happened.
Right.
If you're putting him as a D, I want a double green arrow because I feel like he's at least going to his way
But
up.
Alex is saying he's not even going to make the team, so there'd be a double fucking red arrow.
Yeah.
Why would it be a double red arrow?
Dude,
Because he's going to be off the team.
But you're just assuming that Alex is. So then you're just assuming that Alex is.
We're one
Alex,
third one.
Alex's thing.
No, I
Trumps
cancel
mine.
you out.
No, you guys
Yeah, I
cancel.
cancel you out.
So there's no
So
arrow.
where's the double arrow? You don't think he's making the team? So do you not think he's
Ant
making the
thinks
team?
he's
I think he's a D.
Okay.
It works out perfect. You think he's a fucking A.
No, but you don't think
Alex
he's going to make the team?
No, I do. As a D ranked player,
Okay.
which I kind of feel harsh now about it.
Yeah.
I hope he moves up.
Oh yeah, he's going to be an A, and you guys are going to fucking eat crap.
So what does he have to do to be an A player? Like, what would his stats have to be an A player?
On
Him and Tony Pollard are going to match for 1,000 yards each.
He
this season.
needs, for me to be an A player, he needs 1,000 yards. Maybe not even 1,000 yards rushing, but 1,000.
Well, for him
total.
to be an A player, he has to make the team for Alex, and he has to get 2 snaps, and then Alex will say he's an A player.
if he makes the team, I'm buying his jersey. I fucking hope he goes off for 1,000 yards.
Same.
I'll look like a genius.
But what are we saying though? For him to be an A player, he has to at least have 1,000 yards and at least like 7 touchdowns.
he would have to come in and do 1 or 2 or at least both, maybe even both of these things. He'd need to come in and be the standout second running back behind Tony Pollard, and also add an element to the game that only he can deliver.
I would love
Something
to
special.
I would love to be here in November making a clip of us right now of me and Alex calling him a D and not making the team, and then him having like a 200-yard game.
Yeah,
I just
can't
don't
wait.
think it's fucking possible.
I can't wait.
We ain't haters. We ain't haters. I hope that. I do. I really do.
Running backs we threw in as an A.
Which is
Now skewed.
Does seem a little high.
which I was calling for a B ranking. You guys didn't. I was calling for a B ranking.
I know, but it feels like by the way that we're doing this, we're
No, you got an A, a B, and a D.
I just feel like Tony and Malik.
Hey, you caught yourself. You caught yourself.
Tony and Malik are going to be the 1-2 punch. This is what I'm hoping. And so I just think they matter more than Ronald Jones and Deuce Vaughn.
Fair. But realistically, with an A, a B, a C, and a D, we're sitting at a high C, a low B. So
Yeah.
B, we ranked them at as an A, which
Yeah,
I was calling for
It's a
B.
little bit of a reach. But if TP also comes in and then has a season,
An S season, then they're an A.
changes.
Definitely.
all right.
Which I think that's kind of what we
Agree. Yeah.
hinged that on.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay,
guess
wide
what?
receivers, baby.
We'll do another one of these for sure. The position ranks and go through everything again for sure before the season starts. So we'll probably be shuffling some guys.
So
around.
tweak your nipples and make sure you're paying attention to the Cowboys Can Fan podcast.
So last group we got to go wide receivers. Last core group. And then we have
So, and what are we going to do? We're going to do
4.
4. Okay. The fourth one's going to be a tricky one. I think we got to go Tolbert.
Well, let's debate it when.
Okay, fair, fair.
We'll go through.
We'll start with the mainstays, obviously with CD Lamb, who to me, I'm going to let one of you guys lead out.
Yeah. Do you want to
Lead out. Give us your CD Lamb.
I think he's an A with a green arrow up. A with a
Very
A with a
fair,
green arrow up.
and
Argue why? What if I said he wasn't? Why would you argue that he is?
That he's going to go green arrow up?
Yeah. What are
An
your
A.
reason? What are your reasonings that he's an A with a green arrow up?
Because he's the number 88.
He's an 88. For
Period.
88, you got to be. You have to
be
you
an
have
S
to. You
for
just,
an 88.
You can't fuck around.
I think he, I know we don't believe in looking at the college body of work. His draft ranking, his college tapes, and then his seasons. He's had some very solid seasons, and I don't think we've seen the type of CeeDee Lamb that he should be.
He hasn't had a guy or two. I mean, okay.
Well, he's had Amari Cooper.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, right.
However, I feel like
He was still young.
I feel like where we are this year, it's not just the receiver who can make it. Okay, so receivers alone, it's a two-way street. You need to have the quarterback. So there's a massive reliance on the quarterback in order to see that type of production. I think that if they tweak the offense the way that they're doing it, I think we're going to see a lot more connection with CeeDee Lamb. We saw a little bit more chemistry between CeeDee and Dak last year, so now we're coming into season 2 with CeeDee and Dak having more chemistry, and then you have Mike McCarthy taking over the offensive play calling.
Texas Coast offense.
The Texas Coast offense. So I feel like CeeDee Lamb's a solid A, and he has been the last 2 seasons, and but he has the massive potential to be that S.
Yeah, definitely, because he's had each of his years. Each year he's trending up, right? He's going. Each year he's gotten better. Is this finally the year that CeeDee Lamb ends up being a top 5 NFL wide receiver? We hope so. I would love for it. He's the 88. He's kind of carrying that the Cowboys folklore of that number, and he hasn't disappointed. Every year he's got better. I'm pretty sure at this time last year we were saying CeeDee Lamb needs to have X amount of yards and X amount of touchdowns, and he did that, right? Yeah. So for me, I definitely agree with Ad's take. A with a green arrow, that for sure. I could see him and TP20 get into that S territory this season.
Oh, yes, very much. And I think it's fair to also say he had a slower, what was it, maybe 3-4 weeks of the season, had some
he had fucking
major drops.
Redhead McGee throwing him the ball.
Yeah, but still, he had, was it?
It was, yeah, the New York game, he got that actually amazing pass from Cooper Rush, and he dropped it, and remember, he was laughing. And I went full crybaby mode.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing with that? You don't laugh. You should be mad.
But
and then he redeemed himself.
I think after that moment, might not have been the exact game after, but it also might have been, he just became I don't know, a more mature catcher.
Yep.
So it's like kind of, I really respected that he had a kind of really,
he gaffed it a bit.
Yeah, where he looked like a goofball, and he turned it around from that point on, had an amazing season. He's going to be stronger, better, faster. I mean, still a kid.
I would say predominantly here on the Can Fan podcast, we all fucking love CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
We're all big. Like, there's no difference of how much we love that guy, and every time he catches the ball, he's an integral part of the offense, and I think he's going to have a good season.
And I agree with the green arrow because he is 1,500 yard, 12 TD shy.
If he does that, he's an S in my mind.
Not saying I don't want to look at PFF too much right now but can we just see where he ranks on PFF right now?
PFF loves him.
I wanted to look too, but I want to hold off till we go do the other two guys.
All right.
Fair
enough.
the other
play.
two starters,
Yeah,
and then let's go.
Let's go. Okay.
Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks. I think he's an A.
Hey,
For what he's going to bring as a second wide receiver,
Either an A or a B with an arrow up.
I'm honestly good with an A with an arrow up, or just an A. He's done it with every team. Drew Brees came out, told the Cowboys, told Brett Schottenheimer, hey man, you got a real one here. The guy's an absolute rocket. Like, he's very good. He's there to win. Yeah, there's a little bit concerns. He's jumped around to some teams. He's been on 4 or 5 teams. So there's that concern. Why hasn't he ever caught on? But on every single level, every team he's played on, he's hit that century or the 1,000-yard mark. He's done it every time. He's that burner that we needed. In OTAs, I think it was earlier this week, he had the highlight of the practice. He burned a guy, caught a 60-yard touchdown pass from Dak. So he still has the wheels. They're already hitting those passes early in off-season activities. He's definitely an A to me, and probably the biggest signing that we've had that I'm like, holy fuck, now we're going to see what CD does. Amari Cooper was never that guy that was going to burn down the field. He was the guy that was going to get open with his route running.
Chris route runner.
Chris, one of the best in the NFL. The type of player that Brandon Cooks is, he complements CD Lamb's game so nicely.
Yeah.
Right? Like CD's in the slot, Cooks is going open. You got to pick one. Either you're taking you're letting them get the 10 to 15 yards with CD Lamb, or Cooks is going for a 60-yard touchdown, which I love.
And the beautiful thing is you could be able to run those variations of that type of scheme, but it's going to, for the players, they're going to be doing the same thing, just at different levels and at different angles, right?
I'm so stoked for the wide receiver room, man.
Well, and we didn't see any of that last year except for that one to TY.
There was no big passes.
The only one to T.Y. Hilton, and if I can those are the types of passes I want to see.
I was watching highlights of Romo to Des Bryant and Romo to Terrell Owens, and I was just like, fuck, that was just not in the Cowboys offense last year. Anything like that.
Or the year before.
I feel like putting Cooks at A flat
is good.
Just good. Like you said, any guy in the NFL who gets 1,000 yards with different quarterbacks
6 different times.
I mean,
and arguably as the wide receiver one with nobody else on the other end.
Right. When he was playing for the fucking Texans.
Yep.
Yeah. Who else is like there was
3 seasons with like a rotating carousel.
Yeah, and then DeAndre Hopkins wasn't there either, and he's still putting up 1,000 yards.
I think he played one season.
And he had 1,000,
and then he had 2 other seasons.
So exactly, you got to give it to him.
This may or may not be a hot take. You guys let me know.
Let's hear it.
I think Brandon Cooks is
hot.
He's the better signing than DeAndre Hopkins.
Same.
DeAndre Hopkins.
And that's what they wanted to sign him last year. Going into the playoffs, the Cowboys wanted to pick up Cooks.
For the Cowboys.
For sure. And the Texans, man, the Cowboys actually, the offseason they had is a little bit undervalued by fans. Getting Cooks.
Once we win the Super Bowl and they analyze the moves to get there, that's
what it's going to be.
It's genius.
Yeah, but getting Cooks for the Texans eating some of his cap and the type of player he is, you're completely right. I love the Brandon Cooks signing.
Okay,
or trade.
Next up, Michael Gallup.
Yep,
kind of a guy. Last year, obviously had a weird season, but we're not going to base it off of just the last season. I think Gallup is a B with an arrow up.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
B with a green arrow.
I have a lot of hope for this wide receiver group, guys. I honestly could see all 3 of them having 1,000 yards. Even if 2 of them have over 1,000 and the third one has like 800, 900 yards, that's a huge fucking win. But I could possibly see them get the 3-peat of guys at 1,000 yards. And Michael Gallup, before his injury, was one of the best sideline guys with the body control. He was also a burner. He was such a great player, and that's why they paid him.
Weed or what?
He burned it in the parking lot, baby. No, yeah, Gallup B with green up arrow, perfect spot for him.
Yep.
And I'm hoping he has a good season because he was very underwhelming last year, and you can't really hold it against him too much because he was coming off a massive knee injury.
Okay, so let me get back to this now. Before we
do Tolbert. Tolbert. Who are you talking about? Tolbert.
Let's look at our receivers here. Let's see where our boys land on this list.
Oh,
hang on.
You got to get those. You got the wide receiver, tight end.
Well, Alex is doing that. Timothy Teeler in the chat says, I'm having a feeling that Washington is going to be the dark horse everyone will sleep on this year.
They had good draft. And there's the facts that the NFC East, there hasn't been a repeating champion in 12 years or 20 years or something fucking crazy since 2002. So 20 years or something, there hasn't been a repeat champion. So CeeDee Lamb coming in on PFF's top 10 or top 10 ranked wide receivers. That's pretty good, man.
I mean, if you look at the wide receivers, out of all of the positions, the wide receivers seem to have a lot of S's compared to any other position.
But where does this is an interesting question for you guys. Where does the S stop on those guys?
Well, here's the thing. That's a great question. I allow more
13.
S's than any other position
For wide receivers?
for wide
Has to
receivers
be.
because, and maybe if you group safeties too.
There's so
Because
many. There's so many of them.
Yeah, but there's so many, and teams have all really adopted a need for 3 starting wide receivers.
Legit.
Yeah.
You can't just have one. It's impossible. You'll lose every game.
I mean, if you're asking me, I would say arguably between 13 and 15 is where, or actually even maybe to 16, I would.
And
then you
there's
see
a lot.
Terry-
Like
Terry-
look at Debo Samuel,
Debo Sa-
19. Devontae, man, there's a lot of good wide receivers.
So let's say the top 20.
I don't know.
CD, according to PFF, could possibly be an S.
Well, how about
Well, yeah.
According to PFF.
How about we do this just a real quick? We'll go through and just say if you think they're an S.
Just
or
a
not.
quick one, yeah.
Yeah, an
Okay.
obvious S, not
Yeah.
if you're debating. So Tyreek Hill,
S.
Obviously.
Jalen Naylor,
So no.
No.
I'd say an A.
Adams S,
S.
Amon
S.
A with a up arrow.
A with
for
an
me.
up, Justin Jefferson S,
S, yeah.
Diggs
S.
AJ Brown
S.
S,
S.
Cup S, Sam.
S.
We'll
S.
get to it. We'll get to it. We'll
But
get
that's
to
what I'm
it.
saying.
S.
I think he's an A with.
Okay. Well,
I think
let's.
he's an A with. But man, did he have a good season?
No,
You
well,
look at his season too. Like he killed it. CD Lamb killed it.
So
I feel-
you're saying A with the up. That's what we said. Boom. Okay. Well, let's. Oh no. Sorry. I want to see where Cooks and Tolbert are now. So I think we kind of said, look, the top 10, aside from maybe 1 and
Or S's.
2. Yeah. I mean, anyone else? Chase S.
I mean, he's an S. So I almost feel like we have to put.
I feel like we have to.
Samuel
Lamb.
S.
I honestly
when
feel
you
like
when
we
you start
might
when you,
have
when you
to.
start looking at the stats, and you start to look at some of these guys, he would classify above, let's say, what CD Lamb is, and yet his ranking and because based on the stats, I feel like we inadvertently, he's not an A with an S arrow up. He's an S.
Just a flat
Just a
S.
solid S.
So here they've got Gallup. I'll go back and find
123. Yeah.
123. But like let's not take his. There we go. Brandon Cooks at 51.
which is fair.
That's
That's
solid.
about an A.
Yeah, that's a
I'd say
flat
that's
A.
an A. He's with some good players,
With-
and
with-
he had a bat. Like he only had 700 yards.
Yeah.
but they're not just ranking that on just the yardage, right? Like he had a good season for what he was given.
13 games too. So I think it's a lot of it's based off of how they did per game
Right.
and then that total. So
Guys, do we have to put CD as an S?
I think so.
no, I'm
You're staying. Okay.
I'm comfortable because guess what?
Comfortable with it.
We don't need to like. This is what that was what we honestly thought when we had the discussion, and
one more good season like he had. He's a fucking
maybe
NFL superstar.
maybe when we do this because we'll
Week
do it
1 or week 4.
Week 4.
Sorry.
After week 4, it might change.
Sorry, can we quickly look at his 2021 season on that or that list?
I mean, let's just kind of move on just for time's sake because you gotta go soon, don't you?
I had to go. 20 minutes
so
ago.
it's
Oh shit. Okay. I'm
okay.
just.
So
I mean,
let's-
we can.
Hey, no. So
no, hey,
let's
we're all
hammer out Jalen Tolbert.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
fucking
say a D.
A fucking D.
I'm putting Tolbert as a D. Going off his last season, he's only played 1 season,
Yep.
and I would love for him to be another guy that improves on that D rank, but he's a D.
Yeah, I think there
Not going to
could
disagree.
be an argument for a C for him, but I mean, I don't really have much to. I don't have that argument, so
Me either. I'm trying to find the good in him or good to say about him. Obviously, they loved him enough to take him in the 3rd round in 2022.
And hyping him from the OTAs that we've been.
Oh yeah. So and they're hyping him right now, but I think a D.
there we go. Wide receivers,
Very fair. Very fair.
okay.
Quarterback, baby.
Final. Well, you know what? Let's do our boy Cooper Rush.
Cooper
first.
Rush.
B. Solid B.
B.
I don't hate B. I honestly don't hate the B ranking.
It's where a backup quarterback should be.
It's
right in the B.
Every time he's got on the field, he's carried the team. He's done enough, right? You're thinking we were talking if he could have went 2 and 3 in the games that Dak was away, we would have been happy. He went 4 and 1. So and he's 5 and 1 as a starter for the Cowboys. So to me, I'm fine with
They're
B.
giving him good backup money, 10 million. Like he's a solid B.
And you know what? I also, if you think about it, I think probably in say that bottom 5 to 7 teams of quarterback talent, if he wasn't on the Cowboys, he
would be better than what they have.
He could be competing for that starting position.
Definitely.
There. So that sounds fair to me.
That's the best thing you want. That's as much as you could hope from your backup quarterback to get in there and still have the team not crumble.
Okay. I want to hear what Ant says first about Dakota.
Well, I'm going to ask you guys,
Prescott.
before I go with my rank, I'm going to ask you guys, is Dak Prescott a top 10 quarterback?
Yes.
I think so.
So if you're a top 10 quarterback, that automatically puts you as an A.
Automatically.
To me, it puts you as an A. Is he a guy that can elevate his team and take, when everything else is going wrong, Dak can put the team on his shoulders and just win it? I'm still yet to see that. He'll show flashes of it, but he'll also show flashes where he can lose you a game. I'm still putting him as an A. He's a top 10 quarterback. I think he's very good. Can he win a Super Bowl? Yes. Can he win a Super Bowl with the team he has right now? Yes. He's an A for me. And depending what he does, he's still young enough that he could become an S. But right now, he's an A.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's a nice little gap there. It makes it easy to say he's an A. Everyone's eyes are driving right to where Dakota should be. Last 2 seasons, 12-5. I know we came up short. We didn't get into the NFC Championship game.
Or the Super Bowl.
But his stats have all been pretty good. I think the whole interception bullshit is not warranted. Like, you look at all the other top quarterbacks, they have equally as many interceptions. Everybody can have a bad season or a heavy season of something. I'm not going to disagree with the A. I mean, I would like to say it feels like he's more of a B quarterback, but when we start to look at the stats and break it down, yeah, I'm happy. I'm fine.
He had a B season.
I was going to say,
he had a B season.
Dak's an A quarterback that can have C games and S games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem. He's had an issue even prior in his years where he's been very good. He still has these weird games where he just looks bad.
Well, and you don't have one of an offensive team that's scoring 40 or not. It's not just the offense that's scoring, like, let's say 40 plus points, but our offense the last 2 seasons has been really, really solid with the amount of points being the points being scored. Even if the defense is carrying them to a degree. I don't know. I'm happy with A. AJ's not.
No, I am. I think A is good. I think that's perfect for him. You know what? Personally, I would hold off on any green arrow, and the reason is,
yeah, I agree.
I think an S tier QB is a very prestige class to get in.
There's maybe 3 of them in the NFL right now.
Mahomes.
I still got to say Aaron Rodgers is an S.
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers.
And then who else?
Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. Because Josh Allen, you're not going to call him an S.
I'd say he's an A.
Josh Allen's an A.
I would actually almost argue Dak Prescott, and depending what he does this year, he could almost have a red arrow. Because if he trends down, like he did, and his interceptions are an actual thing, there's a possibility that he does get knocked out of that second tier of quarterbacks, right? It hasn't been. This is the thing. If you're trending up every season, yeah, you're gonna have that green arrow, right?
Yes.
Well, Dak did something last year. He had interceptions. So if he has the same thing happen to him this year with interceptions,
if he repeats, he's going down.
He's probably going to go down to a B.
That's an actual really good way of explaining the arrows.
He just wants
if they repeat what they did,
down.
they're moving up. If they repeat, they're going down.
Going down, yeah. And then if they kind of have the, I like the list, guys.
Otherwise, if they just maintain the other guys, if they just do what they're being paid to do, yeah. And I mean, QB was A, so
you can't argue with that.
It adds up, but
it adds up.
QB should be the same
because
ranking.
we're taking our QB at the number 1 because the backup. The backup doesn't necessarily pull the backup ranking as B doesn't pull him down.
No, and you could have a C rank.
You could have an A quarterback and have your backup being a fucking C or D, and it's still going to be an A.
Yeah. It just would change dramatically, of course, if
he got hurt.
And it might affect the other players' rankings.
100%. All right, guys. So, hey,
let's go through the list final.
Aiden Roquez says, if Dak does the same thing like last season, we got to get rid of him and get a new QB.
I mean, and that's why we're giving him the red arrow.
Yep.
That's why that red arrow.
I'm not happy with a BQB, I tell you that.
No, you can't have it. You can't have it. You have to figure it out. If you want to win a Super Bowl, you need an A. You need an A guy.
Okay, so go through it, AJ.
All right, S rank, the one and only Zach Martin. I mean, no one's going to argue.
It's fair.
A, we have
no Zach Martin.
No Zach Martin.
We have Tyron Smith with a downward arrow. If he performs the same way that he did last year, he's moving down a tier. CD Lamb moving on up to that S tier, but he's an A rank. Dak Prescott as well, A rank, but we just said if he has that same type of season, we're gonna have to derail you, buddy.
He's dropping down.
TP20 on the way up.
Fan favorite too, by the way.
Fan favorite, A. And Brandon Cooks, A, just a solid player. On the B rank scale, we got Tyler Smith, who potentially could prove to be an A rank or even S if he has that type of season.
Needs to have a good one.
Terrence Steele, Schoon, and Malik Davis. Damn,
I like that you're thinking though, because eventually it's just going to be natural.
Then it's
eventually it's just going to be.
Well, what it does to me now, it makes me second guess every time
know.
I say his name.
It's a parasite.
Malik.
Malik.
Both of these guys were hopeful they're going to come in and play that B position.
Is Davis possibly a higher than he should be on this list? Maybe.
Yeah.
Could be. Could be. But guess what? We're going to come back to it.
We're going to find out.
Michael Gallup as well. If he has a good season,
back up to that A rank.
Back up to that A rank, because we do think that he was A. He stepped down to B, but he, strong legs. He's right back up there. And Rush, one of the strongest, if not the strongest, backup QB in the
reliable.
NFL. Reliable.
I would say
reliable.
You rely on him, and now if he's ever in for a game, the team thinks they can win with him.
Yeah, exactly. The confidence is
just
there.
huge.
He's that car that's like, it's not a flashy car. It needs to get you from point A to point B.
It's going to get me to work tomorrow.
He's a Prius.
He's a Prius.
On our C rank, the guys who are coming in, the Prius is a good car.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. They say he's a Prius.
Yep. We got on our C rank, Beatas, Ferguson, Hender Hot.
And Rojo.
And I think Rojo could even be a C, might be too high for him, but he's done it. He's done it, and we'll see.
He's done it, man. He's played in the NFL.
And then the
D ranks, the final two.
the D ranks.
Hey,
Deuce Vaughn, which people are going to hate that we're saying a D rank. They're
And
going
Jalen
to, but we'll see. We'll say
but
for
if
the
you put Rojo at C, you can't have
Deuce Vaughn higher.
Deuce on higher. And then Tolbert. And then
JT, baby, JT. No, I think it's a good list, and I can't wait to revisit this week. Are we going to wait till week 4 to do it, you think?
Well, I think we do one after
maybe
somewhere in the preseason where we're
just before week 1.
After week 2 preseason will be great, and then week 4.
I like that. After week 2 of preseason.
We're gonna see enough by
Woo! And actually, we will be going to Seattle week 2 of preseason to watch the Cowboys play against the Seahawks live. So we'll even be able to scout those motherfuckers in person. All right, for the Sunday service, we're wrapping, baby. We're wrapping it up. Bandwagon boys over there with their drinks, their mixed drinks, they're feeling good. At best over here, we will see you Wednesday night on the main event, baby. Crack 'em if you got 'em. Hard cut. Hard cut. Hard cut. Hard cut. He did it, baby.